All right, what's going on, guys? So I think we finally got the Melon stream to work, and happy Easter first and foremost. Let me go. Yeah, I guess I figured I would just kind of take you guys on my morning routine here while testing out this streaming platform, see how it works. See if it works outside, inside, throughout the whole house. That way I know I can bring this camera with me like anywhere. Um, Let me see if I can reverse the camera here by chance. I don't think I can. That way I could like show people or other stuff. Let's see. Video settings. Yeah, front facing, facing front, facing back. Facing back. Ah, there we go. Hi, Wit. Both. Um, Both Whitney and I have not been feeling so well, but I'm just kind of testing things out here. So yeah, Saturday, getting things going. Let's see here. Let me see how I find the chat window. So if you're watching this now, please enter something into the chat so that I can just interact with it and kind of get familiar with it. Let me know if you could hear okay. And we'll be good to go. I'm going to just kind of go through some morning routine stuff here real quick. So we got to go into the Sailfin Dragon, Bearded Dragon room. Turn on their lights real quick. And we have some Coleonyx geckos in here as well. The really cool thing about these Coleonyx geckos, let me flip this camera around. There should be an easier way to flip this camera around, but maybe not. I will just have to kind of play around with that. Facing front, facing back. That's interesting. You would think that, anyway, really hard to see. But that Coleonyx gecko always chills right there. It's his favorite spot. It's really funny. He's got this whole area to chill down here, a bunch of hides, and he likes to sit on top of the screen right here. It's really cool. The lighting is really terrible right now. Sorry, I know there's like not many people in here, so I'm not really like doing too much. Isaiah, hello. Let me see if I can actually type. Hide on stream. So I'm on my phone right now trying to see if, trying to practice interacting with the live stream and the Melon app from my phone. Oh, look, it actually mentions your comment on screen, I believe, right? If I'm seeing that correctly. I'm going to watch this back and kind of see how well the whole platform worked. But Jay Spooks, good to see you guys. Let me see if it mentions your comment here in a second. Let me also see if it works outside. So hang with me. Let me know if this works outside. So let me check the inside room real quick, actually, while I'm here. So check the snake room. I always come in the snake room, check temperatures, right? So got my little heat gun. Okay, the top is 85, bottom is 85. We're good because I close the vent, as you can see up there. I close off that vent, so throughout the day it gets really warm in this room. And I also heat the room. You can see that right there. I heat the room so that the room, I try to keep it at 85 degrees for the snakes, for the ball pythons. They have no additional heating or anything like that. And it's very similar with the leopard geckos. And we have a camera and a Govee system right here. It lets me know the temperature, so I could be anywhere in the world, and I can know the temperature of these rooms. Now, the temperature against this wall a lot of times is a little bit warmer, so that's why I use the heat gun to heat gun everything. As long as this room is 85 or stays like 85 throughout the day, I'm cool with that. So let's see, it's only showing Isaiah's comment first, nobody else's. I'm wondering about that. Yeah, we'll go check on the Tegus right now because I want to go outside to see if this works. Oh, it's because I clicked on it, I think. Check this out. Oh, look at this. I could highlight your comments. Let me know if this is working in real time too. So that's JSC's comment, Isaiah's comment again. Oh, I'm not seeing the letters though. I think I know why that is. I need to change something in the settings. So it's green on green right now. Hang with me real quick. Let me go to not audio settings, main settings, menu. Okay, here we go. Menu, design. Let me see here. I want to make it so that your comments will show. See that little green box down there? Let me know if you're seeing that green box. Primary color affects your banner and highlighted chat. Okay, so kind of learning how to use this on the fly here. Fonts. There we go. I think this is what I need to change. Primary font affects your banner. Okay, so let's check this out. Let's change this real quick. Ooh, ooh, there we go. There we go. We're getting things moving here. Let's see. I want to make that purple, dark purple, purple. There we go, dark purple. Boom! Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look at that. We got some commentary going. I don't know why I like fruity colors. I really do. I don't know. Kind of goes with the whole Geeky Gecko Creations thing. Let's go back to comments. Okay, so the green box is showing. Now I can highlight your comments. Check this out. How are the Tegus? We're going to go check them out here in a second. Oh, dude, guys, this platform is so much better than the last platform that I was working with. So the last platform that I was working with, I have to be on my computer, number one. It's called OBS Studio, and it's used by a lot of professional streamers, and it's really good if you're doing computer streams and if you know how to use it really, really well. But I was doing neither. I wasn't doing a computer stream, and I only know the basics of using it. I don't know how to do all the fancy stuff that they do. But this, the Melon app, which is free to use in the free version, I'm really liking it so far. So yeah, I see where Isaiah's comment is. Let's see. We got John from the Philippines. I'm doing an earlier live stream today too. Also, because I'm excited to test it out, but also it works out for the international folks. We get a lot of Asian, European countries that want to see. So you see the green box. Do you have any male blizzards or blazing blizzards up for grabs? Looking for a male to pair with my female blazing blizzard. Not right now. Sorry, we only have one blazing blizzard giant male that's breeding right now, and we're breeding them to some stuff. We're trying to create some more because we have a blazing blizzard female as well. Can you maybe show one of your black knight leopard geckos? Sure, we'll show on stream. We'll show a black knight leopard gecko. Ooh, okay, so we actually have some black knight leopard geckos breeding right now. Check this out. This chick is breeding, and she's really dark and really nice. Okay, hang tight here. There we go. There we go. Come on out, baby. She's still got a little bit of, not scarring, but sometimes the males will tear the skin at them a little bit. So you can see that white flecking right there. She was with the male for just like 15 minutes, but sometimes that's all it takes, you know, and they'll breed with her over and over again. She should be developing eggs now. I'm not sure if we paired her to the Afghanicus or another Black Knight, or we paired her to something. We want to try to get Afghanicus Black Knights, Fasciolatus Black Knights, and regular Black Knights this year. And then next year, we're going to breed our best Mandarin projects into Black Knight, and I think that's going to be amazing. So that's one of our Black Knight girls that's breeding right now. Our black knights, for some reason, are late breeders. Everything usually goes like January through April, but our black knights just start now. Um, so hopefully we got like 20 of them that are going into breeding this year, and hopefully we get a good spread of babies. We want to incubate for a lot of males this year because males are best for you guys to buy because then you can breed it to multiple females, but it's also best for us to produce some backup males. So let's see. What were the morphs of those three baby geckos? Did you like that? Aren't those geckos super cool? Okay, so if you did not see our short, check out our short video. I showed one of the best tangerines that I've ever popped out. It's crazy. When I opened up the container, you saw how orange that was, right? That was an hour old or like whatever, like 10 minutes old. I just opened up the container. That baby is shining orange. The video of her is on our YouTube channel. It's a short. In addition to that, the two geckos that were next to it was a regular fasciolatus lemon frost, and then I'm just going to call them phantom frosts for now, okay? Um, the phantom frost is a variant of the lemon frost that we're working with here that turns out to be more and more white. Um, and I was calling them like ghosty frost last year and whatnot, but the term ghost is already taken and used in the leopard gecko world. So now I've just been kind of using phantom just loosely. If you have any other name suggestions, that's really cool too. But let's go outside and check out some tegus. But yeah, we're hatching a lot of babies now. It's so sad. If you saw my video about like the 12 babies that died at the beginning of the season, a lot of those were like nice tangerines, bold emerines, or the fasciolatus lemon frost. And that's just a hard lesson learned. Sometimes when you're scaling and changing things up, you learn lessons, and sometimes you learn them through hard situations. How's my vocals on here? Can you guys hear pretty good? Update us on that tangerine. Yeah, for sure. The really uh, the sad thing about that is the mom of that tangerine laid two clutches, and then she got egg bound and died. And she was a first year breeder this year. She was a big girl, so it wasn't a size issue or anything like that. It was just that happens sometimes. Sometimes girls get egg bound and die. And unfortunately, that happened to her. So here we go. Let's flip. Let me know if this continues to work. I want to see the quality that it works with as well when I watch this back. There we go. All right, so we got Big Mama right here. She has not shed yet. So she has yet to still shed. She's waking up a little bit later than all the other tegus. The good thing about today, it's really hot, and the tegus are, they're going to get a lot of really nice heat to absorb today because it's been kind of cool these last couple of days. So there she is. She was my first female red tegu, and she's wonderful. She dropped a big clutch first last year. She's fairly tame, she's way better than the guy I'm about to show you now. This is Big Red. I love this boy. This is probably one of my favorites here. He's beautiful, but he is not the best well-tempered. I'm hoping that changes in time. But he's just a beautiful red tegu. And he's got this really cool, like, Superman heart-shaped design on the back of his head. Super awesome. I had him out the other day giving him a bath, helping him shed a little bit. And I'm really happy about that because last year he had some shed stuck on his tail, and I wasn't sure if it was going to come off, but it did. Here's our big boy Rex. I love our big boy Rex. This has got to be my favorite tegu because of his personality. We use him for bringing to all kinds of school events and that kind of stuff. So let me see if I can actually grab him and get him on stream before his girl comes out and just rips my head off. His girl she's a soldier. She doesn't want anything to do with you. But when she thinks food is near, which is anytime you're near, then there we go. Let's do it like this. Then she gets super feisty. You hungry? Look, as soon as I went to grab him, she comes busting out. And there she is. I think she ate his rat this morning. So there was a rat in there for him, and I think she ate it. He's looking a little skinny from all the breeding activity, but let me see if I can get him, and then we're going to feed him. Okay, I got him. I got him now, and then we're going to feed him here in a second. So this is Rex. He's the big black and white Argentine Tegu that we always bring to shows and everything like that. He's really the only Tegu that I can handle like this. When we go to shows, I'll swaddle him in a little blanket, and I'll let little, like 5-year-old kids will hold him. It's awesome. He's awesome. And I might bring him to the April show if you're going to be at the April show. You can see he crawls around a little bit. Sometimes he'll just find a position that he's like super comfortable in and just chill. But let's see if we could get him to reset here. What I do with him a lot of times is just hold him like a baby, like this. And that makes him feel really secure, you know, when you're holding him like this. That way he doesn't have to like grasp at the air, you know. Now I don't want to take it lightly. A bite from one of these guys will do a lot of harm, but I'm very cautious in the way that I handle these guys. And like if I'm seeing any aggressive behavior or anything like that, I'll put them down right away, or I won't give them to people. You know what I mean? Because you do need to be really careful. But like I said, this boy, he's our calmest boy. He we let 5-year-olds hold him, like no lie. All right, I'm gonna put him back, and then we're gonna. It's nice and warm today. We're gonna get them some food. So let's see. Everyone is out and about right now. Actually, before I get them food, let me check the comments, see what's all going on there. Let me relax for a second. So, if you don't know, my wife and I, we've been a little sick this week, so there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. So I've been doing a lot of work, and that's probably kept me kind of sick. You know what I mean? But I'm feeling decent today and kind of getting back at it and whatnot. So let's see. Just so I wanted to do this stream, and I tried to do this like yesterday. I'm glad it didn't work, and because it wouldn't have been as fun as like the setup today. So let's see. Bam Bam. Ah, wait, I can't. How do I? There we go. Bam Bam. Oh, when I show your comment on stream, it doesn't let me read it. Okay. I'm in Utah. My goal is to actually meet you in person. Your videos have helped me a ton getting into leopard gecko breeding. I'll have to catch the next. Yeah, definitely. We're trying to do every show in Arizona now. And there's like, well, okay, every major show. And there's 2 major shows in Arizona, one in the spring, one in the fall. In the future, when we do have more geckos to sell, we'll probably do way more shows than that. I'll be traveling to Utah, California, New Mexico, maybe even Texas, and we'll be bringing all our geckos there. It's just going to take a couple of years to get to that scale because we're holding a lot back. So I have to think about my business plan for what I want to do this year. But instead of selling the babies we're producing, I might just sell the adults. So we'll sell a bunch of breeder ready females, and then we'll keep their babies, because essentially the babies are always better than the parents. So I'll keep those babies and hold them up to be breeders next year, and I'll sell some of the adults this year. I might do that instead of selling a lot of babies. Do you guys want to see them eat live? Yes. Now, tegus love eggs, so I can give them eggs, but I can also give them a couple of rats or something too. What time is it right now? It's 2:35. The boy seems really hungry. I bet you the girl ate. I bet you the girl ate his rat. Let's get him a rat anyway. We got some. I was worried. I didn't want to feed him yesterday because it was a little bit cooler these last couple days, and you don't you don't want tegus like not digesting their food. You know what I mean? You want it because a lot of times they're eating rotten meat and stuff, raw meat that's full of bacteria, and they really need heat to break down all that bacteria so that they don't, get sick or whatever. So we're gonna. This girl, look at she's just waiting for food. We're gonna go get a couple rats here. So you guys don't get to see this much. I don't really show this, but this is our operation. It's in a separate facility, but this is our operation for breeding rodents. Um, and you can see, oh, these were just pulled yesterday. So, some of these racks are kind of old and they need wedges, so I won't pull that one open. But like this one per se, you can see all these little babies were weaned from their parents recently, and they always run to that like that. So I'm gonna have to, let's see. I always try to find dead babies if possible. This baby's this baby's pretty small. No, we'll go a little smaller than that. Again, with tegus, you want to be careful with the hair. You want to make sure they're not eating so much hair. But check this out. Here's a mom and some babies. So you can see the mom, the babies. There's a little mom with her head. See if I can zoom in. I can't zoom in. There's a little baby. The little babies are very cute, like really cute. Um, uh-oh, I forgot these racks. I need to put a rock to weigh it down so that no babies fall. Look at all these babies that fell. Okay, I got to get these. Okay, so it's a little hard to explain, but what happened was um, some of these racks, like the metal can get pushed up a little bit when I pull the tub out, and like babies can sneak over, and they were falling to the bottom tier, so I had to fix that real quick. Okay, now of course I didn't want to, kill the rats on camera for you guys, so I already did that. It's done. We got 2 rats that we are going to feed to 2 rats that we're going to feed to our tegus. I may try to give them both to the male, but we'll see. We'll see how the female's treating them. I'll probably just give the bigger one to him and the smaller one to her. And this is the benefit of having your own operation. You could just go get whatever food source you need whenever for whether it's for snakes or tegus. So this girl's gonna know that we're already bringing food. Look, she's right here at the gate. She's already, check this out. She is already rocking and rolling, just hectic, waiting for food. And the boy's here too. She may climb this fence, so I need to be careful here. I don't want jumping out. Got my bare hands and whatnot, so I don't touch with my bare hands. So you have 2 ways to do it. When you see, when you see that 2 tegus are like really competing for food, you could toss the more aggressive one an item of food, and then toss the other one an item of food, or you can remove the boy and let the girl just, eat. Now, what I might do is I actually want to move him to this other girl's enclosure to breed with her because it's time for that to happen. So I'm probably going to do that now, and then she's not out right now, so I won't have to really worry about any aggression there because she's not out. Let me think about this. Because I'm pretty sure the girl ate that rat that was sitting there last night, and she's good. Like I don't think she needs any food. She just wants food. And again, you don't want to feed too many rats because the fur from the rats can cause indigestion and clogging if the temperatures are not super high, and our temperatures are not super high right now. So let's remove him and put him in this girl's cage. She has plenty of sun there to get. Should be good. I guess we'll just feed him first. It doesn't matter. If the female wants to eat, she'll eat. We'll give her the smaller one. Oh, look. Big Red wants some down here. Let's see which one of these is smaller. They're kind of the same. This one is a little bit smaller. I'll give it to her first. Watch, because she'll go for it. See that? And then him. There you go, buddy. Oh, you might rip it from her. He's going to try to rip it. There you go. You got your own. There you go. at your own. Hurry up because she's almost done. Hurry, hurry, hurry. She's almost done. Take it down. You can hear their jaws crushing the skull. It's crazy. Now I got my stick ready because if she finishes before him, she's gonna try to steal his rat. She will do it. Okay, so he's got it down. He's good. I think I'm gonna put him in the other girl's cage and give him another one because he's looking a little thin. Probably because he's been breeding and stuff, you know. It's just the temperatures haven't been super high, so I didn't want to feed him too much. So we're gonna take him out, put him in the other girl's cage for breeding. And this is the part I love about Tegus. You can just like give them so much variety of food. I'm actually gonna go get a couple eggs for them. So she can have an egg, he can have an egg. Now, I don't normally buy organic, but I just happen to have some today. So doesn't matter. I normally just give them the white eggs, you know. But again, raw eggs could have salmonella bacteria. So you want high temperatures when they're digesting these raw meats and whatnot. You know, watch, she's gonna go right for it. They love their eggs. They love it. I'll go right for it. I'll put another egg in there for the female. They always try to eat it so gently, not because it's cold, but because they want to slurp the yolk out of it. But like they want to crack it lightly and then slurp the yolk out of it. That's what they try to do because their jaws are powerful enough to crush bone, and it looks like they're having a hard time, but it's not. They're actually trying to baby the egg so that they only put a little hole in it and then they could slurp out all of the yolk. So see, he's doing the exact same thing. Kind of, he's babying it. You know what I mean? They do this thing where they like shake their head and whatnot. It's really cute, actually. In a savage way, since these guys are beasts. We're gonna go get him another rat because I think he's ready for it. So, well, let me know what you think about the whole feeding thing, you know. Let's see. We will grab a small one from here or a semi-small one. This one's good. We'll grab this one. This one's actually kind of big. Now we want to close this up for sure. Alright, we good to go there. Of course, I didn't show you how I put this little one down, but you basically just take them by the tail, whack their head one time around like a pole or something like this, or just whack their head on it, and they go down immediately. And yeah, you don't have to worry about them suffering or anything like that. So, all right, let's see if this other girl is out. She is not. Now, remember what I said about the hole. Check it out. That's a perfect image. He punched a perfect hole in that egg, and now he's slurping out of it. As soon as he moves his mouth, you'll be able to see. Let's give him the rat, and then he'll move his mouth. Sure. Yeah. There, yeah. That's his preference for sure. Oh, he's going for the egg over the rat. Look at that. That's the first time I ever seen that. But his tongue is going into the egg and just slurping out all the juicy yolk. Now, hopefully the girl doesn't come out and try to take his rat right now. But now Tegu, you can see how deflated his stomach is. Tegus have a way of like looking like obese and then skinny in like at the same time. It's really crazy. So you kind of have to know your animal, watch for pooping, know how much you're feeding them, you know, to make sure you're feeding them the right amount, not too much, not too little. This is breeding season. He is very active right now, so I'm gonna make sure he gets that rat right there, and he'll be good to go. Also, you could look at their tail. It will be a little bit sucked out around the base of the tail, and that's kind of an indicator of them taking nutrients, you know, from their tail, or them losing nutrients from their tail. But yeah, I call him Big Boy Rex. I might bring him to the April show because he's awesome. Like I said, I love bringing this boy. I'm really surprised he's going for this egg over the rat. That is really surprising. Usually they love whole prey, the rat, you know. So let's see. As soon as he's done with that, there's another egg. He might go for the other egg, but we'll see. And hopefully the girl in here doesn't beat him up too badly because she's smaller than him, but she is a hostile girl. I'll tell you what, she is hostile. I can't even get near her at all. You know, I really have to kind of fandangle handling her, you know. And I bought these like hawk gloves, you know, they're meant for like falconists and stuff. And so far they're working really good. Because if you take a serious bite from one of these guys, it could tear tendon, it could, you know, pierce skin, obviously, and go through the bone, and you just don't want that. It's just going to be expensive medical treatment and all that kind of stuff. So let me see if I can entice him to eat the rat. Make him chase the rat here a little bit. He's just loving that egg. There we go. There we go. Oh, he took it. I was going to fight it with him, but he took it. Eat it before she comes out. She's in the lair right here. Eat it, buddy. Eat it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Eat it. He's playing with it right now. He was so enjoying his egg, and I interrupted his enjoyment. But here he goes. He's looking for the head. He's looking for the head of the rat. He's found it. It's hard to hear, but you can hear their jaws crushing the skull bone of the rat. It's crazy. Their jaws are so strong. And to think, look, here's a good image now. Their jaws can crush bone, but look what he does to this egg. He chisels a hole in it ever so precisely. It was even smaller than this until he bit it. It was just like a finger-sized hole. Boom, right there. And then he slurps all the yolk out of it. Pretty amazing stuff. There you go, buddy. That should keep him satisfied for a couple of days for sure. Now that the next few days are going to be like in the mid-90s, these little rocks that I have there, they'll get well into the 100 degrees of temperature. And so that's plenty of temperature to digest raw meat and whatnot, you know. So now I can feed them a little bit more liberally, you know. When it's the middle of summer, you can feed them like as much as you want, and they'll just eat and digest and poop. She kind of moved her hide here, so I need to go on the other side and move that back. She has not pooped yet since coming out of brumation, so I'm trying not to feed her too much until she poops, you know, make sure she's digesting and whatnot. I just need to fix her hide. So she kind of moves her hide coming out with food here. Okay, now, let me see if I can show this to you. I showed this on some pictures recently, but here is the new hide that we are giving them. It's full of peat moss and organic soil, so no chemicals or anything. And I really wet it down in there. I'm really surprised how much it dried out. What I do is I take the hose and I fill it with water so that it's really humid in here. And then I close this. Okay, so I close this so that it's sealed off as much as possible. And there's one entryway in, right down there. It's very small. The whole thing is completely closed off except that entry. And it just holds humidity really well. And holds humidity in really well in the summer so that they can shed well. And then in the winter, it holds in heat good so that they can brumate for longer periods of time before I need to bring them inside when it gets too cold. So I'm going to wash my hands real quick because I like to wash my hands before touching other species or doing other things. No, there's no soap there. We're gonna have to go. Oh, the kitty. We have a little daughter. We call this our daughter. She really loves Whitney more than me. She does love me. Don't get me wrong, but she does not do this with me. She only does this with Whitney. And I think part of that is because when we first got her, I was working a 9 to 5 and I wasn't around, and she left you. And Whitney was off of work because it was summer. And she was a shy little cat when we got her. She was like a rescue. And so when we got her, Whitney, you know, she would hide in the closet, and Whitney would sing to her for like hours and just lie in the closet. And I think that's one of the reasons why Effie, our cat, really developed an affinity for Whitney above myself. Now, don't get me wrong, she does love me, but she doesn't interact with me in the same way that she does with Whitney. So, okay, I'm going to wash my hands. I'll be back to questions. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of show a little bit of my morning routine, you know. I have to check on all the temperatures of all the rooms. So we have 3 different rooms. Make sure that's good. Make sure the temperature of the rat room is good. Make sure we don't have any rats that chewed out of their tubs. Check on the tegus. Actually, I need to go back out there right now and change water. They're all due for fresh water change. But I'm going to eat a bagel real quick before going out there. What else I need to, my morning routine. Check on the incubators, make sure nothing malfunctioned with the incubators, you know. My cousin Greg is such an amazing incubator builder. He just built us another one. And when he builds them, he builds them like super nerdy tech guy style. It's really cool. But let me show it to you. Camera front facing. It calls this back facing, this view, but really this is the front view. I don't know why it does that, but it does anyway. So actually I'm recording temperature here. So this is how I calibrate the incubator, right? So you can't really see this, but I'm checking 4 different temperature zones throughout this incubator. So we're going to calibrate that right now real quick. We have 81 degrees at the top, 81 degrees in the middle, 80 degrees, and 79. So 81, 81, 80, 79. And I do that for every 81, 81, 80, 79. And I do that for every section of this incubator so I know how well it works. So we do the back, we do left, back, left, middle, left, right. And then we do the 4 rows in height, right? Because there's the top, the middle, the second middle, the bottom. And then we do that same thing for everything. Middle left, middle middle, middle right. Front left, front middle, front right. And then 4 down for each one of those. And so far, the temperature's looking really, really stable in there. You can kind of see all my numbers are really close. Between 78 is the lowest one that I recorded, 81 is the highest one I recorded, and that temperature zone is perfect for incubating for females. These incubators are working good, this one's working good. So let me get some water, answer some questions, and then we'll see where it goes. Did you eat the whole bagel? Mm-hmm. Do you have energy to make me one or no? Okay. She ate my bagel, but in her defense, she made it for me. So, welcome to our bedroom. There we go. All right, let's look at some questions now. Can a dark max snow leopard gecko male black knight leopard gecko? Sorry, what's the question? It looks a little confusing. Can a dark max snow leopard gecko? Oh, can a dark max snow leopard gecko make black knight leopard geckos? Yes and no. A black knight leopard gecko is simply a trait of darker geckos that were bred together over time to eventually create the black knight. But it took 12 years for the original guy to do that. So in theory, yes, you could make your own black knight line by breeding this guy's offspring back to him for 12 to 15 years. But many people have tried with dark geckos that they had, but the darkness never held or carried over as good as the guy from the Netherlands that developed the black knight gene. So you might have heard of charcoal, carbon, black pearl. All of these were American-made or, you know, whatever, world-made dark lines of leopard gecko, but none of them were as dark as the black knight. So yes, you could do that, but the chances of you succeeding are very, 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 very low. What I would rather do is take that dark gecko and breed him into the black knight lineage, because the black knight lineage seems to hold darkness much better than any other lineage that has been created or experimented with. Even so, if you guys don't follow Gary Orner of Orner's Exotics, he's kind of he's not like he has a YouTube channel and stuff like that, but I wouldn't say he's one of the faces of leopard gecko. He's kind of like behind the scenes. He does a lot of wholesale. He does do shows, so you will see him at shows, but only if you're living in, like, I think he's in Chicago, Illinois, or something like that. He has a line that he started hatching out. I think they were Murphy's patternless, and he called them clouded because they were really dark. I think it came out of Murphy's patternless, or whether it did or whether it didn't. He started calling it the Clouded Project because he was hatching really dark geckos. Well, he bred them to black knights, and no go. The color didn't stick. So that just shows you the strength of the black knight lineage is very, very strong, to the point where even other dark lineages can't necessarily compete with it. So that's why it's stuck around for this long. You know what I mean? I hope that answers your question. I think that's all the questions. It's 3 o'clock now. You know, since I hadn't been feeling too good, I didn't want to get up and start doing work in the reptile room today, like cleaning poo and all that stuff. You know, it usually just makes you more stuffy. So I was like, let me test out this live stream. Let me wish everybody a happy Easter weekend. And I think we're doing pretty good, right? I mean, I have to watch this stream back to see the quality of everything when I went outside, the sound and all that. But I felt like it went pretty good. This is all in preparation for May. In May, we have a very special guest that's coming onto the live stream. I won't announce that person now, but as we get closer, I'm going to tease who it is, and then I will reveal who it is at that point. So I'm sorry, Paul. This was kind of just a spontaneous live stream, but now that I got this live stream platform working, I'm going to be testing it out more before our special guest comes. I'm going to be testing out with some other guests that I've been trying to do a live stream with. And so, yeah, we might be getting Wally back on here, do a test with Wally from Supreme Gecko. There's a lady up in Canada that I'm trying to get a stream with. Her Instagram is Holly XE Canada Geckos or something like that. Just look for her, Holly Geckos, Holly Canada Geckos. She has some of the most amazing publicly shown geckos that I've seen, so I would like to buy some from her and also interview her. But planning on getting a black knight to breed to mine. Thanks for the help. Yeah, for sure. That would be your best bet. And that's what we're doing this year as well. You know, we bred a lot of snows into black knight last year, and now we're breeding black knight back to that. I got my first female about a month old, so I don't know yet. Fancy. I think high yellow as well. Leopard gecko, and I was thinking of getting a male gem snow leopard gecko. That's really cool. Gem snow is really cool. It's really unique compared to, you know, the max snow. It is different. It is a different line of snow, at least from what we can tell right now. I don't work with gem or tug. I think there is some debate in the community whether those are just different forms of the max snow, or whether they have a super form, or whether you can combine them with the max snow to create a super form. Regardless of all that, buy from a reputable source. As long as you buy from a reputable source, you got nothing to worry about. I have an albino male I can breed with, blazing cross with black knight female. Yeah, and that's one of the things that Holly from Canada is doing really well right now too. She has a lot. She calls it Lava, which is her albino black knight line. It's really, really cool. What would a high yellow gem snow leopard gecko look like? So again, I don't work with gem snow too much. I don't know about how much color it allows to come through, but let me say this. Any of the snows are what is called axanthic leopard geckos. Now, you don't hear this term in leopard geckos very much, but the term, if you were to do a Google search for axanthic, it means lacking in orange or yellow or red color. It might just be like yellow and orange, but basically in leopard geckos we consider that to be red as well, because there is a word for lacking in red. Let me look it up real quick. The word for lacking in red is aneuphoristic, which is specifically lacking red color. Aneurysm, no, aneuphoristic. No. There you go, aneuphoristic. Aneuphoristic, lacking red pigment. So the word aneuphoristic is only lacking red pigment. Let me look up axanthic real quick. which is spelled kind of funny. Axanthic is popular in other species. Like ball python is the biggest thing that calls stuff axanthic. So axanthic is a mutation that interferes with the animal's ability to produce yellow pigment. Some sources might also say orange, yellow, and red. Since yellow typically is used to make orange and red. But let me see if I can get the definition. Yeah, so axanthic is colored without yellow or red pigment, resulting in shades of gray. So depending on what source you look at, it's either going to say that it's lacking yellow pigment, red pigment, or both yellow and red. Now there is a term specifically just for lacking red, which is aneuphoristic. We don't use that in leopard geckos because we just don't have it. We haven't developed that vocabulary connection yet. But axanthic means lacking yellow, orange, and red pigment. So now I'm not saying this in a rude way, but think about your question now. Your question is, would a high yellow gem snow, what would it look like? Well, the gem snow is going to remove some of the yellow and orange and red pigment. So therefore, you're probably going to get a leopard gecko that looks a little bit faded, similar to a max snow. Are you familiar with what a max snow looks like? It kind of has like the blacks turn purple in a way, like the black banding turns purple. And you can see a little bit of yellow on a max snow, but not nearly as much yellow as you do on a normal. And then the super form of max snow is a complete axanthic, which has no yellow, no red, no orange, no color whatsoever, except black and white. But since gem snow does not have a super form, if I'm remembering that correctly, because again, I don't work with gem snow, there's a theory that gem or tug can combine with mac to create a super form. I don't really know if that theory has been tested out or whatnot, but anyway, needless to say, let's just say gem snow does not have a super form. You're going to get geckos, in my opinion, just from my reasoning right now, you're going to get geckos that look very similar to a single copy mac snow. If you breed a max snow to a tangerine, do you lose the bright tangerine colors? Yes. Let me see if I can find an actual snow tangerine. Yeah, because we haven't done this on mass scale in our collection yet, but essentially, in theory, yes, that's what you should get. If you put snow, which is a color removing mutation, into a color enhancing mutation like tangerine, you're going to get something in between. Now, I think that would look pretty cool, and I do have plans to create snows. I've seen really, really cool tangerine white and yellow snows because white and yellow enhances the orange color. Snow kind of removes orange color in different locations of the animal's um, look, body, and then the tangerine it just has a really cool look to it. So I think the best ones that I can remember seeing are white and yellow snow tangerines. Let's see what this is right here. Okay, these two might be photoshopped, but check this out. If it's not photoshopped, this is kind of what I picture when I think of a high quality snow tangerine. High quality snow white and yellow tangerine. So check this out. Look at that bad boy. That might be photoshopped, but that could be a snow tangerine right here. It doesn't say. The dreamsicle. I think this is a snow or an enigma white and yellow tangerine. So you can see the snow kind of makes it more white, but there are areas of it that are still orange. You know what I mean? Here's another one. the snow makes it more white, but there are areas that make it more orange. And the dreamsicle might be an enigma. I'm not sure. I have to look into that. Um, Here's another one. This might be enigma as well. But this could be a possible look of snow, tangerine, white, and yellow. Let me see if I can like find one for sure on a website, like a trustable website. Because just because you Google something doesn't mean that that's what it is. It could be a mistake. You know what I mean? Um, I was trying to sell geckos like this for $300 last year, and I didn't get any sales. This guy's selling them for 600. But that just shows you. I mean, this guy's been in the game for a while, and sometimes you don't need to drop your price when you've been in it for a while. But when you're newer to getting started, like myself or other people, you might have to compromise on price or just hold on to that gecko for a really long time. And it's okay to compromise on price. Leopard geckos is not like people aren't trying to spend millions of dollars on leopard geckos. So if you could just sell something for a couple $100 or a few $100, that's really top of the game stuff right there. If you can. What sounds off the color hue, or like what I was talking about, or is something with our sound wrong on the screen? I mean, on live stream. Let me go to our live stream on YouTube. Like we could watch ourselves. Oh yeah, we're gonna get. Like we could watch ourselves. We're gonna get interference now. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I had a fan going because it was kind of warm in here. Let me shut it off. I apologize. This whole stream is like really low quality. I apologize. I thank you guys for sticking with me, but that shows the faithful few, right? The faithful of the ones that really like what we do and support us. So, um, this was just kind of a test live stream. This is the first time that I'm using Melon to do a live stream, and I really wanted to test it out now that I got it working. If you guys missed it, we are going to have a very special guest in May that I will announce specifically and tease before then. I'll give you guys more hints. But if you haven't seen our latest video of Scammer Alert, it's in there. There's a teaser picture in there, and you could try to guess who it is. And if you can guess who it is, I won't confirm it for you until we get into May, but you can at least take a guess, and I might let you know if you're on the right track or not. So, yeah, it was the fan. It was hot in here because I was just outside, with the Tegus and stuff. I wonder if that one. I put the male with another female, so I wonder if the male Tegu is getting along with that female. Sometimes you have to watch them for the first interaction to make sure. Okay, they're both out now. Yeah, you have to watch them for the first interaction and make sure that nothing crazy goes down because, like I said, some females be getting cray-cray during breeding season, and you just want to make sure. Now, if I was to open this door, this female would skirt. She is that anxious. But I can't zoom in, but let me show you. I'll see if I can point her out and see if you guys can see it. It's going to be really, really tough. Oh, yeah, there's absolutely no way you could see it because I can't zoom in. So in that very last cage, right there, that very last cage, you probably can't see it, but the male is the male is basking in the sun right now, and the female is basking on a rock right next to him. And that happens a lot. Whenever you feed one tegu or something, a lot of them, like, they know. They know the sounds of feeding and whatnot, and they come out. Now, she got a couple rats earlier this week, so she's perfectly fine. She doesn't need a rat right now. It was just the boy that was looking, because he's been breeding, it was looking like he was a little skinny and could use a rat. But again, I was trying not to feed them this week too much because it was in the colder temps. We were only getting 80 during the day and still 50 at night. And you don't want raw meat sitting in the gut of your tegu for long periods of time undigested, because that raw meat has bacteria in it that if your tegu does not digest it, can cause an issue. Now, a lot of times tegus and many lizards, they have a solution to that problem. The solution is regurgitation. So when you see a reptile regurgitate, it's a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because you know that it's vomiting out the stuff that its body is saying is not going to digest or good to digest. And it's a bad thing because it's vomiting out its nutrients. So you need to figure out why it's vomiting. Is it parasites? Is it low temperatures? Most of the time it's low temperatures. Now for leopard geckos, insects sitting in their gut is not that big of a deal. But again, tegus are eating raw meat, which has salmonella and other deadly bacteria in it. And the only way they digest that is by 110-degree heat, right? That's why I have those little rocks in there, because those rocks help heat up their bodies to the temperature that's needed to digest. So, well, I don't got much more. It's been awesome hanging with you guys. I don't know if you have any more questions. This video, like I said, was just a test. I wanted to wake up today, and I was excited to kind of bring you along for my day, right? So the way I start my day. I will be doing more vlogging style videos, as well as funny, controversial topics. All the controversial topics I cover, I try to do it in a tasteful way, right? There's a lot of people that were mad about the video that I created about, I won't say the breeder's name, because again, I try to do it in a tasteful way, but I won't say the breeder's name. But that video that I created about things to look out for when purchasing a leopard gecko. And, I wasn't trying to be crummy to the other breeder, but I was just trying to use some of the pictures that I saw of this breeder's, and just point out some things that people want to look for. These are things that I look for when I'm purchasing a high-dollar gecko, and I know that this breeder sells high-dollar geckos. So that's it. Anyway, I'm probably going to see this guy at the April show here in a couple weeks, because, oops, I said it's a guy. But anyway, this person comes to Arizona, and anyway, I would like to be friends with this person, and I hope that we can just, even if we kind of talk about each other like this, this person talks about me and the lemon frost gene and tries to paint us in a negative light. Even if we talk about each other, we can still be friends. We don't have to agree. But that's kind of one of the issues that I'm running into with a lot of the people, is they don't want to be friends. They don't want to agree to disagree. They want to force you to agree. And if you do not agree with them, you are not in their circle. You will not get in their circle, which is very, very weird. And I have a really funny video to do on this, because there was a live stream done about 7 months ago with all these breeders in a live stream, big breeders, and they were all like, yeah, it's okay, go ahead, experiment, test things out. And other breeders were like, no, that's not okay, we should hold ourselves to a higher standard. It's really funny. I'm going to do a commentary on it and also relate it to us and the lemon frost gene, and see if people are giving us a harder time than they need to be, So anyway, I'm rambling on a little bit right now, but I've really enjoyed my time with you guys. That's why I like doing live streams. I'm glad to be back. I am going to end this stream here. There's going to be a little, I don't think it's going to play music, but the cool thing about Melon is it has an outro that plays out. And this is the free version. If I get the paid version, I can do my own outro with music and stuff. That's going to be super cool. I'm really looking forward to that. The paid version of Melon is only $15 a month. The free version is what I'm using right now. The paid version of Melon is better. The $15 a month version is better than the $25 a month version that you get from StreamYard. So that's the difference. Melon is $15 a month. StreamYard is $25 a month. There are a little bit of differences, but for the most part, Melon has everything that StreamYard has at that $15 level, and you're perfectly fine. Now, when you go up to the next tier, like the pro tier, Melon is like $50 a month, and I think StreamYard is like 30 or 40. So it's actually, StreamYard is actually better at that point, because I don't think Melon offers anything on the pro level that's better than StreamYard. But on the standard level, Melon is better than StreamYard. So, do you have any more details about the Lemon Frost project of selling a few out to a pool of people? Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna do an actual video dedicated to that. We have a lot of fasciolatus lemon frost babies right now, and I have to think, do I want to raise these babies and document my findings on the babies and sell the adults, right? So like all the adults that I bred last year to produce these babies, do I want to sell the adults or sell the babies? What do you guys think? What is your commentary? And I might do a little bit of both, right? I might sell some adults and I might sell some babies. But what would you rather buy into? You know what I mean? I will say this, probably, I have to do an actual video on this, but I would say 80% of the Turkmenicus Generation 4s, after 1 year, 80% of them don't have any spotting. There is about 20% that have minimal spotting. Now, spotting does not equal bad tumor. I have a spot right here on my face. It's called a mole. A mole can turn into a bad tumor, but it's not automatically a bad tumor on itself. It's just a cluster of dark pigmented cells. And so on the lemon frost, the 20% that do have the bright spots, everyone's all like, oh, it's a tumor, it's a tumor, it's a tumor. Yes and no. Yes, it's a tumor, but let me read you the definition of a tumor real quick. All these people, they don't know what they're talking about. A mole is a benign skin tumor. So think about this for a second. A mole. A mole. Do any of you guys have moles? That's a tumor. Sorry. I'm just picturing Whitney laughing at me right now. A mole is a skin tumor that develops from black cells. So all these people that are like, oh, the bright spots, they're tumors. Yes, but do you have moles? Those are tumors too. It does not mean that the cluster of cells, which is what a tumor is, whether it's a mole or whether it's a bright spot on a leopard gecko, it does not mean that that's bad. It just means that it's a cluster of cells that is overproducing and has the potential to turn into a bad tumor, but not necessarily. Think of how many moles on your body actually turn into cancerous tumors. The term cancerous now means spreadable. Let me define cancerous for you. I've looked all this up because these people are so, they act like they know what they're talking about, and they're like, cancerous. Tumors can be cancerous or not cancerous. Let me repeat that for a second. Tumors, sorry, I'm not yelling at you guys. I'm yelling at all of our critics. Tumors can be cancerous or not cancerous. Cancerous tumors spread into the rest of the body and invade tissues, and that's the bad side of tumors, right? Non-cancerous tumors don't do that and never cause an issue. Think of all the people in the world that die every single year that have moles, they have tumors on their body, but they never got cancer, right? It never turned cancerous. So anyway, 80% of the geckos that we have no bright spotting, none, no tumors at all. The 20% that do have tumors, as these people want to say, they're not cancerous tumors at this point. They're simply just bright, condensed pigments, cluster. Bright condensed cluster of cells similar to a mole on somebody's body. You know, I have a mole right here. I have a mole right here. I have a mole on my arm. All of those are tumors. I think the babies would be a better option, or even a mix of both babies. Yeah. Now, here's the really cool thing. So last year, 80% of the Turkmenicus generation 4 80% did not develop any bright spotting yet. It's completely opposite for the macularis line. So when the UCLA study did their study, 80% of geckos did develop bright spotting. In our research so far, 80% have not developed bright spotting. The 20% that have is as far as we can tell, just clusters of bright white cells, similar to a mole on your eye. There's only one gecko, one, out of all the generation 4s that we made that actually has a bubble tumor. And it's very, very small. It's not like those big tumors that you see on the macularis geckos. And it's not in the same location. The macularis geckos usually get tumors on their jawline. This leopard gecko generation 4 has a tumor like on its back shoulder. And it is bubbling over the surface a little bit, but that's it. It has no other bright spots anywhere else on its body. It's just a little, very small little tumor. And as far as we can tell, it's not cancerous at this point, right? It's just those cells are building, those cells are stacking, so it's bubbling over the surface. But that's it. That's the one. And that is what made me conclude, that's part of what made that, plus the 20% that do develop bright spots, is what made me conclude that I don't want to continue to go down the Turkmenicus route, which is why I'm focusing on the fasciolatus route this year. Because last year I think we hatched 6 or 7, maybe 8 fasciolatus generation 1 lemon frost crosses, and none of them, 100% of them, did not develop bright spots. So this year we bred a crumb ton of, I was going to say crap ton, but that kind of sounds like a little bit vulgar, you know, because I like to be as little vulgar as possible. But anyway, we bred a crumb ton of fasciolatus back crosses, you know, so we'll have generation 1 and generation 2 this year, and we're really testing to see if this fasciolatus thing is something to be noted, you know. Are 100% of the geckos never going to develop issues? Are 90%? Are 20%? Like what's that going to be? We need to study that long term, and this all needs to take place not just in 1 year, but we need to do this for many. Our plan is to do this for 10 years at least. Study this for 10 years. So because of time, space, and all that constraints, I would love to start a Lemon Frost partner program so that people who are interested in studying these geckos with us long term, you can buy into the program. So it'll be like $200. I think it was going to be $200 for a baby, $300 for an adult. You can breed them. You can study them. I will send you a spreadsheet that is updatable by both of us, where you could plug in information and you could record for us what is going on with your gecko. And if you want to send pictures at some point, if that's necessary, we could do that as well. And maybe we over here as Geeky Gecko Creations, Maybe we will publish all of that information one day, you know, put it in a book, an article, whatever it might be, our website, whatever it is. I want a lot of information to gather and to study, which is why we're breeding a lot. And just so that I don't have to take that whole work burden on myself, I would love to start that partner program. So if you are interested in that partner program, please text me 480-299-7657. I don't know, Bam Bam, if you're able to put that up on screen in a comment and I could show it. But that is the best way to reach me, because now with our social media platforms growing, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, I always made it a goal to respond to every single comment, question, and all of that kind of stuff. But it's just gotten too hard. I just can't do it anymore. So texting me kind of lets me know how serious somebody is about pursuing, and it also is the first thing that I see every day, right? Because I need to check my texts for my wife, my parents, whoever's messaging me. I need to check that, but I don't necessarily need to check Instagram, so I always check text first. So 480-299-7657 if you want to buy into the program. That would be great. I am now losing battery, so I'm probably going to have to end this here, but that's cool. You're seeing success. Yeah, we are seeing a lot of success. And oh man, just really briefly, I'm going to make a video showing the live stream of the people that I was talking about that were talking about controversial genes. And the one breeder that really hates us for lemon frost, this person is in support of breeding Enigma. So they kind of got into it on the live stream. These breeders that got into it a little bit, because there's a bunch of people that think that Enigma is uncurable, but there's one really popular breeder out there that breeds Enigma, and this person has pretty good success with it. It's not 100% success, right? It's the majority of her geckos are good and don't have issues, but there are geckos that are produced that have issues, and geckos that are sold that develop issues, and their babies could have issues. So there's always a small chance, but when you're breeding for quality and outcrossing, you can limit that and you can make healthier animals, even if you can't do it 100%. Now, I'm interested in 100%. That's just me personally, which is why I am giving up the Turkmenicus route, because 80% of good, healthy geckos is not good enough for me to continue that project. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of space. I don't want to produce 20% geckos that have issues. I need a higher percentage, which is why I am looking into fasciolatus right now. So you can breed these Turkmenicus into fasciolatus and produce generation 1 fasciolatuses, which is what we did last year. And none of those fasciolatuses developed bright spotting over the course of 12 or more months. So that's 100% success rate. That's probably the number I will be looking for. It would have to be 95% or greater for me to consistently breed fasciolatus lemon frost geckos. But we're definitely going to look to partner with people. You guys can breed them and do what you want with them and whatnot. And you know, I would love to gather that information from you guys over the course of the next decade to see how everything unfolds, from your breedings to the geckos you grow up and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. My phone is dying a little bit. But I thank you guys for tagging along in this video. It was really cool to use the Melon app. I'm really excited about this. And if you're just tuning in now, please check out the whole video. We showed some Tegus feeding, talked about some lemon frost project, just talked about some personal stuff. I don't remember what, but it was all really cool. So I'm going to go eat a bagel and do some more reptile work, and I will see you guys very soon, okay? It's my goal to do more live streams and also more videos and like vlogging style videos. So yeah, happy Easter, fire geckos. Enjoy your guys' Easter weekend, the extra day off, the time with family, time with geckos, reptiles, animals, whatever it might be. And I will see you guys soon. Okay, so check out this outro. Let me know if it's pretty cool. This is the free version. In the paid version, I'm going to probably do a better one with music and stuff, but